All right, damn it, I get it. All right, I get it. Is Shakur Stevenson an exciting fighter? No, 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 no. But does he win though? Is Shakur Stevenson a boring fighter? Yes, but does he win though? Does Shakur Stevenson put you to sleep, put you in a coma, damn near got the whole boxing world on life support? Yes, but does he win though? Yes, he does. And that's all we got to worry about when it comes to assessing Shakur Stevenson and a potential matchup with him and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all know that Gervonta Davis, he captivates the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. We know that, right? He looks sensational. And y'all remember when Mike Tyson was trying to break down Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao? He was trying to compare the difference. And he said, I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao was better. What I'm saying that he looks more sensational. More sensational. Y'all know Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao, versus the 5th division world champion, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of the most boringest fight that I ever seen of that magnitude. Y'all remember that was supposed to be the fight of the century. Man, that was the most boringest moment of the past century, right? But as much as Manny Pacquiao was the most sensational fighter, had more power, more exciting, more power, more electric, more sensational, fan-friendly, captivated the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans, and then there was Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't Pretty Boy Floyd. He was Money Mayweather, the boring one, the one that was so defensive, they didn't want to take a lot of risk. Sounds a little bit like Shakur Stevenson, right? Well, guess what? Boring beat exciting. That night, boredom beat exciting. And let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I'm predicting if it goes to a fight, I'm predicting this. I predict that Gervonta Davis will beat Shakur Stevenson only if he knocks him out. If he doesn't knock out Shakur Stevenson going to outpoint Gervonta Davis. But let me further break this thing down. I do believe in the lightweight division that Shakur Stevenson is the hardest puzzle to figure out. He's the hardest puzzle to figure out. Now, of course, right now in the lightweight division, I think the primary fight, because the fans are climbing over it and because these guys look sensational in their last outing, I think the primary fight right now is Vasily Lomachenko versus Gervonta Davis. And I think that Shakur Stevenson performance this past Saturday versus Artem, let that happen. He should have threw a monkey wrench and actually knocked out or stopped Artem. But he didn't. It's not his style. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have the killer instinct. You feel me? Just like Floyd Mayweather, as Money Mayweather didn't have the killer instinct. The Pretty Boy did, but Money May didn't. But he still beat Manny Pacquiao. Shakur Stevenson could beat Gervonta Davis. He could. And let me tell you like this about Gervonta Davis. Now, I'm not saying that Shakur is Floyd, and I'm not saying that Tank is Manny Pacquiao, but I'm just assessing it in a lower scale. In a lower scale, I'm just comparing it that way, right? The styles, the approach. Now, the difference between Gervonta Davis, and this is the reason why I feel like if Gervonta Davis doesn't knock out Shakur Stevenson whenever they fight, it's because if Gervonta Davis doesn't beat Shakur Stevenson, it's because what I was saying, if Gervonta Davis doesn't knock out Shakur Stevenson, that I believe that Shakur Stevenson, I'm going brain dead right there, because I believe that Shakur Stevenson is going to beat Gervonta Davis. He outpoint him. Gervonta Davis is not a high-volume puncher like a Manny Pacquiao. But because Floyd Mayweather neutralized the output and the high-volume punching of Manny Pacquiao. Now, some of y'all going to blame it on the shoulder and stuff like that, and then people going to be talking about the IV, and then we're going to go back and forth. No, let's talk about the skills. Floyd Mayweather neutralized Manny Pacquiao. And Shakur Stevenson has the skills to neutralize Gervonta Davis. Am I right or wrong? Right? He has the skill set to neutralize Gervonta Davis, the skills. Now, I don't know if he's going to do it. Now, Gervonta Davis is not a high-volume puncher. And Gervonta Davis has, this is what it is. Gervonta Davis have all the skills, but he has all the skills in the world, but his mentality is almost like Deontay Wilder and Subriel Matias. He relies really on his power. He be losing rounds. Gervonta Davis be losing rounds, and you can't just give up rounds to Shakur Stevenson. And that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't knock out Shakur Stevenson, I don't see Gervonta Davis catching up in the point system in the rounds. Gervonta Davis is very accurate with his punching power, right? He's very accurate. He's one of the most accurate power punchers in the sport of boxing, and probably the most accurate power punchers. He doesn't throw it like he doesn't overwhelm you, but when he swings, he hits the target. Right? I think we have to look at this, and certain, especially this fight, or a matter of fact, every fight. Technical breakdowns. We got to push our feelings to the side. It doesn't matter if you like Shakur Stevenson or not. It doesn't matter if you like his style or not. But does his style has a winning style? Yes. Does Gervonta Davis has a winning style? Yes. But he approaches a fight relying more on his power right now. He be losing rounds versus Frank Martin. He was losing rounds versus Mario Barrios. He's losing rounds versus even Rowley. He was losing round versus Hector Luis Garcia. He was losing round versus Leo Santa Cruz. You feel me? And if he doesn't knock out Shakur Stevenson could come out with the victory. The boring fighter might beat the most exciting fighter. So for the people that's trying to collectively, the boxing world is trying to push Shakur Stevenson to the side and the potential matchup with Gervonta Davis because we don't like that he's not entertaining, so we push him to the side. That's not right. Because that does not mean that Shakur Stevenson can't beat Gervonta Davis. And let's be real. Both of these guys, the difference between that Manny Pacquiao and Flo Mayweather is that at least Flo Mayweather had the blueprint to beat Manny Pacquiao because he already lost. But these guys are undefeated fighters. Both undefeated fighters. And let me tell you something about Gervonta Davis now. I know that people see his power and he's electric and things of that nature. And they don't even, they don't acknowledge all the things that he does great. I believe that Gervonta Davis is underrated when it comes to IQ. I think he has a high IQ. Always had. Right? But he had the power to overshadow everything, right? Almost like Mike Tyson had the power, the way that he shifts, the athleticism and things of that nature of Mike Tyson. The slip, the peekaboo style, know how to slip, know how to turn you, know how to pivot, know how to shift. He does it all, but his power just overwhelmed everybody, and we forget about the other special thing that he usually did back then. Now, Gervonta Davis hadn't have a fight where he put all his attributes, all the wrinkles, you know what I'm saying, in one fight, right? You could see the layers of Gervonta Davis fight by fight, different fights. For example, you saw him just walk down Frank Martin, right? He ain't give a damn about nothing. He just walking Frank Martin down. But versus Pitbull Cruz, we saw Gervonta Davis in the outside and stuff like that, pot-shotting his way to victory. We seen the adjustments he had to make with Mario Barrios, right? We seen those type of adjustments. We seen those type of wrinkles, those type of layers. We also see a supreme defense when he was facing Ryan Garcia, right? A lot of people felt like, a guy like Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson is probably a more defensive fighter than Shakur Stevenson than Gervonta Davis. But Gervonta Davis, you saw how he was slipping and ducking all those left hooks. Meaning, man, he made Ryan Garcia actually look slow. Devin Haney couldn't do that. Devin Haney got beaten up from pillar to post, and a lot of people felt that Devin Haney got better defense than Gervonta Davis. I don't even think so. I think that Gervonta Davis got all the goods, but he doesn't put it all on the table each and every fight. He just used that tool. Whatever tool he needs for that fight, he used it. He never needs to go to his game, to the plan A, plan B, plan C, and things of that nature, right? Shakur Stevenson, of course, one of the things that he lacked a killer instinct. He lacks to finish his breakfast. He got all the skills in the world. I think he's a worry fighter. You feel me? He's a careful fighter, worry fighter. Doesn't want to be hit. Who wants to be hit? But he doesn't want to take the type of risk. He pulls his punches. He never, follow through on his power punches. You know what I'm saying? That torque, the type of torque that Gervonta Davis got. I think that Gervonta Davis is more sure about his reflexes and offense than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a very careful fighter, or maybe he knows who he is. And at the end of the day, he's winning. and all that electricity and all that great power and speed and stuff like that, it ain't do nothing versus Floyd Mayweather. And if you compare Tank and Shakur could do the same thing. He has the attributes and he has the skill set to do the same thing. Boring could be exciting. And by knowing that, look, Gervonta Davis, he's winning, but he hasn't beaten a world beater for us. I think there's a lot of people that you know what I'm saying, you give Gervonta Davis his respect. He got skills, he got talent and stuff like that, but also he hasn't become a lineal champion. He's not an undisputed. He's not a unified champion. He hasn't beaten the best to be the best. Now, the best, putting him in the pound for pound, that's more to be of an illusion. I think that because he's outperforming these other guys, people are putting him above these other guys that actually earned more or been on in better fights than him. Shakur Stevenson he's a 3-division world champion. Yes, they don't like the way that he fought Eduardo de los Santos. He didn't make a statement in his last fight, but he could still win in that fashion versus Gervonta Davis. Now, I'm predicting that Tank would win, but if he doesn't knock him out, I predict that Shakur Stevenson will make this a 50-50 fight. Shakur Stevenson is good enough to neutralize Gervonta Davis and beat Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis is good enough to knock out Shakur Stevenson. Bored beats excitement. Does excitement beat boring? I'm not going to say that Pernell Whitaker was boring when he faced Oscar De La Hoya and stuff like that. He was more of a defensive fighter. Oscar De La Hoya won, but that was a close fight. What's another fight that is boring versus exciting? Hey, Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton, right? But that's Floyd Mayweather. What else? Where boring beats exciting. Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. Even though a lot of people did feel that Lomachenko beat Devin Haney, but it was a close fight. Who's boring? Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward. People feel like Andre Ward is more of a boring fighter and stuff like that, and the Crusher was crushing everybody. Andre Ward won. And he knocked him out. Boring could be excitement. So don't get it twisted, y'all. Don't get it twisted. And even if they fight, I could see that fight being a damn snooze fest like Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao as well. I could see that fight being a snooze fest. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the next. Y'all already know y'all tuning into Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moo, shine himself. El adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo.